was a family hand-picked farms where now we've evolved into mechanical harvesting. Michigan's allowed us to continue to grow as a company. We've since then added the manufacturing on in 2000. We've added our Georgia plant in 2017, and we're about ready to put another addition on this coming year. And doing that, it's going to help us continue to grow this area, grow the farmers, grow just with employees. So it's going to be very beneficial to the area. What's helped us is Michigan, the ag has been, we've got ideal growing conditions. Not everybody knows it, but Michigan's the #1 pickling cucumber state. We do 236,000 tons and around $50 million a year annually in cucumbers, the state does. So it's very beneficial to the area. And we're happy to have this farm to table here and just promote Michigan eggs. So I'd like to introduce Anthony Deanna from our local McDonald's. Thank you, Honor.
I thought that was going to blow over on you right in the middle of that. Oh my God. Yeah. You know, thank you very much for opening the doors to us. This is incredible. Lawmakers, city officials, and I've also got to call out my team over here, Rachel and Amanda, who set the table today for you. So, and Mr. Dave Williams, who was on the tour with us, who helped put it all together. So thank you. It's farm to table. You set the table today. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. It's pretty amazing to get a glimpse of what it takes to bring just one ingredient, you know, to the table, right? It's incredible. Just one ingredient. If you think about McDonald's worldwide, we serve about 70 million people a day worldwide, which is just a staggering number. And here in Michigan, it's just a small sliver of that. But it just really shows you, you know, how amazing it is. I like to think of it kind of as the daily miracle that everything makes it from the farm, you know, to our stores, to our restaurants, to our homes. But you start to see that miracle is it's more about hard work and a lot of planning and a preparation from you and your team. So thanks so much for that. And so on behalf of all the owner operators, I know I can speak on their behalf to say that we're happy to prepare that table in the journey. So, and we'll continue to do that. With that, I am going to introduce Mr. Sean Saputo here, owner operator and the head of our government relations. He volunteers his time to do a lot of things when he's not running businesses and raising a young family. So thanks, Sean. Come on up.
Thanks, Anthony. Yeah, it goes without saying this. We get to do these events a couple times a year, and I always say that these events are what make being a McDonald's owner operator so special. When we can put the relation of the Golden Arches, small family business owner, small owned businesses, with Michigan Ag and what we do here, it really brings like a feel good moment to being a McDonald's owner operator. So, thank you on behalf of your team, Jay, and everybody here. I mean, this is a great event, as always. It really highlights Michigan Ag and McDonald's partnership. I was asked earlier, like, what is the impact that McDonald's has on the ag system, and on an annual basis, it's almost $300 million a year just in raw ingredient. I think it's close to $500 million when you put everything together. So it's an enormous impact. Yeah, thank you, Kathy. It really is an enormous impact, and it's not just about raw ingredients and Michigan Ag. It's about the employees that we represent when we're doing this, the production facilities, the farm workers, the packers, the packaging. I mean, just everything involved. It's just an enormous impact, and it means so much to us as McDonald's owner operators to be a part of that system, and to be a partner with you, and to know that the food that we're bringing to our tables is locally grown and supported by Michigan farmers. And that's the message we want to keep trying to purvey, is we bring really good, wholesome, quality food to our tables for our consumers to enjoy. Things that we want our family, our kids to enjoy, we want you to enjoy also. So making sure that partnership is known across the state and really across the country is really important to us. Just to throw some numbers out there, just here with the pickles, the cucumbers, we do about 54 million pounds of cucumbers a year in the state of Michigan. We do 28 million pounds of apples, which end up in the Happy Meals and apple slices. Nearly 1 million pounds of beef raised and processed out of the state of Michigan. 3.7 million pounds of butter used in our biscuits, our pancakes, and our baked products throughout the state. 127 million pounds of corn and 45 million pounds of soybeans. They're huge key ingredients in supporting both our menu and livestock throughout the state of Michigan. Over 102 million pounds of pork makes our breakfast sandwiches, Egg McMuffin possible. And about 50 million dozen eggs out of Ionia with Herb Bruck's egg company. So just huge, huge numbers that we do on a yearly basis. At this time, I really want to acknowledge, as a government relations chair, I need to acknowledge our state elected officials here. Specifically, Rep. Jerry Nair, the chair of House Ag Committee. Senator Michelle Hoytinga and Representative Tim Beeson, who represent the Pink County area. Thank you for being here. We have Senator John Cherry. He's the Majority Vice Chair of the Senate Ag Committee. Representative Sarah Leitner. She's a member of the House Ag Committee as well. We have Rep. Tim Coons, also a member of our House Committee. Rep. Cam Cabot, who serves as the Labor and Economics Opportunity Committee. We have the Director of Michigan Ag, Department of Ag and Rural Development, Tim Boring. Rep. Amos is here, showed up. Thank you for supporting us. Appreciate you.
One name, it's like Elvis.
Yeah, it flows better.
One name.
It flows better.
Famous.
And then, of course, our ag partners. We have Haley Gilbert and Greg Bird, the Michigan Vegetable and Ag Council. So thank you for being here, both of you. Yeah, I'd be remiss to say, Greg kind of helped spearhead this idea. We were finishing up an event at my Okemos restaurant, and in passing by, leaving, he was like, "Hey, we do this thing with Vegetable Council where we do this farm to table event," and I was like, "I'm in." You didn't have to finish the statement. I said, "We're going to do it." Reached out to Seaforth, our rest of our McDonald's operators and GR team. I said, "We have to do this event. This is going to help showcase what we've been trying to preach for the last 5 years of Michigan produce, Michigan ag, and McDonald's." So thank you all for being here. So now it's my honor to introduce someone who represents this community very well and with great dedication. Please join me in welcoming the Mayor of Pink County, Sherry Beecher. Oh, City Manager. Sorry, I got City Mayor. Sorry. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. What a beautiful day the Lord has made for this occasion. This is the first time I've been here. I think it's wonderful. I've learned a lot. I realize what this community goes through. I did bring the mayor, Sherry, and her husband, my city clerk, Jessica Veer, my police officer, Corporal Neaton. They were all very excited to come as well. As you know, Mr. Chips has been a very active company and employs over 90 people, which is wonderful for our community. We've done a lot with the city incorporated with the township. We're proud of the investment that McDonald's makes and that Mr. Chips makes to our community, and we're hoping to have this union for years and years to come. But it's been a privilege to come and to see how this actually works, so thank you for inviting us. And with that being said, I'd like to introduce Mr. Tim Boring, Director of Michigan Department of Agriculture and Development.
Well, thank you so much for hosting us here in Pinconning today. Wonderful to be with you. I'm really excited to be talking pickles today. So, Jay, my family was one of those growing up that was doing hand-picked cucumbers as well. So this works really personal to me. That one of my first real jobs on the farm was driving fork truck on the back end of the grader at our family's operation at an age we probably shouldn't talk to OSHA about. But so it really means a lot to me to kind of be involved in the pickle systems. Peppers mean a lot to me, the mint that we grew growing up. And that kind of diversity in Michigan ag production was a real part of why I'm continuing to be interested of being a part of telling the story of Michigan agriculture and building a brighter future for what Michigan ag looks like here in the state. We're going to continue really as a department to work on those themes around building on what we're already good at and positioning us for the long-term future of Michigan agriculture. It's building the resiliency, the diversity of our systems, economic opportunities for farmers and ag businesses, and knowing how important that kind of work is to really driving rural economies, urban economies, and greater quality of life for the people of Michigan. I'm really proud to work in an administration that's valuing these kind of investments in Michigan agriculture. And we've got great work across our department that's really working on building more opportunities on a daily basis. We have a fantastic economic development team that's working with businesses on a daily basis about how you add to your future here in Michigan. Kevin Kuhl with our team is here that serves this region. We've been really working on building opportunities within the department to do more of this kind of work. So our Regen Ag program we've worked on building the last couple of years is a real strong focus about how growers make more money for growing products that are grown in different ways, that have a higher value with end consumers and ag businesses. We're making investments in our farm to family programs so that growers of all sizes, small, medium, large, can be better connected to markets in different ways, that they really value the value of local production here in Michigan, knowing that it's a big piece of how farmers make money, how processors make money, but as all of you know, like ag is just a fundamental piece of quality life for those of us here in Michigan. So if you want a brighter future for Michigan, you're going to find it in agriculture. And I'm proud to work with so many of you in the room here about making those kind of investments and growing a future for Michigan through agriculture. So great to be here. Pleased to introduce Rep. Beeson here to speak a little bit about some of the value of his home district here. So, Representative.
Okay, everybody, thank you for coming out to the 96th district. I love it here. A lot of your guys, people in there working, I recognize them coming into one of the facilities. I have a licensed MDARD facility owner, operator, meat retail, so I also have to deal with this every day and some of the rules. I appreciate the fact that I kept licensed the whole time while I'm our state legislator, because it gets you a lot closer to the game. And the grit that these people do every day, coming into work and just showing up, is the biggest obstacle we have in Michigan, is just coming to work, showing up, and being successful. Because it doesn't matter whether you're here or the police officer that you're showing up today, take care of us, or the city council. It matters that we get people back to work and showing up, and it's really crucial. Because the people that here that make this place happen for a period of time, and hopefully the weather changes and gets it done faster for you folks. This store is amazing. And I'm excited because we're coming into the next season, which is also the deer season, which is right around the corner, which my family is, this weekend's the kickoff for our youth weekend. So I'm excited for all that and the outdoors. And I'm not going to talk about a lot of things that goes on. You can catch us at one of the local restaurants or family businesses or meat shops. I'm in town all the time, especially on Sundays. You guys always are welcome to get a hold of me any given time. I do appreciate Jay, because we go back a long time. Not to the point where you're going to have these conversations about our trip in Mexico, but it was a lot of fun growing up with Jay. But he's always been there. Whether I'm cooking using his pickles this next weekend, I'm like, hey, we're making something really good. I want local. I believe in local. I make and manufacture a lot of things here in the state of Michigan, and I try to do as much as I can with our local products, because it keeps all the money here, keeps it so that we use it for schools, and then when somebody wants something done, they're like, hey, Timmy. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm coming, I'll cook for you. What do you need? And it's nice having other restaurants like McDonald's just showing up for the table. So without any more, I'm going to introduce Senator Cherry and Representative Nyer, whoever's going up first. Thank you for being here.
Excuse me while I find my spot in the script. For those of you who I haven't met yet, I come from Isabella and Gratiot County, and grew up on a dairy farm, so I know what it takes to get up in the morning and deal with those unexpected situations, weather delays. I can appreciate that. My script is gone. Anyway. Basically, oh, thank you. There we go. You know, it's not lost. Now we're going. I put it down and I lost it, so I can't. Thanks, Timmy, for your remarks. I appreciate what let me into the county to begin with. But also, you're connected to the community and what it takes to bring food to the table. And then Dr. Tim Borling's perspective there on MDARD's effort to make it easier for us to stay local in this area, for producers, for farmers to be able to make these products here in Michigan. I want to thank the Chips Company, Mr. Chips Company there, for making the effort to make this grow. You mentioned how you're expanding next year and how you're putting up new buildings to add new lines on there. That's more local jobs. That's more farm acreage that's going to be occupied with product there, as opposed to just going to the monocrops. We're keeping that diversity alive here in Michigan. It's those opportunities that we need to keep on expanding, not sit there and do the big fishing trying to bring in the companies from out of state, but grow here locally in Michigan. And that, I think, is sort of the unique approach that McDonald's brings to the table. They don't go vertical all the time. They make connections with the local producers, whether they're talking apples, pickles, eggs, even the dairy products are all you source through the community. You don't buy it up and do it all yourselves. That really makes a difference there. And I gained a great appreciation of what a franchise means through Sean and Mike. They introduced me to how their systems operate in their franchise in my community. They are truly community involved. They're not just this big corporation there. They take great pride in not only running the business, but also developing their workforce there. They've got great opportunities if you want it there, but it's also a great starting point for a person's career, where you don't see that in other companies, especially the bigger they are. You're just a number. Well, when you look the way the franchise are operated there, it's very personable, very owner operator driven. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Senator Cherry for his comments.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank the company, Mr. Chip, for bringing us out to see this. McDonald's operators, Greg, and everybody involved. Jerry, thank you for all the work that you're doing in the House on behalf of Michigan agriculture. I was glad to be able to come out and see how our food is getting processed and learning, right? Because when I think about Michigan, oftentimes when I think about Michigan agriculture, the things you think about apples, cherries, you didn't realize we were the #1 pickle state in the nation, right? So, I'm very proud of the fact that not only are Michigan farmers feeding Michigan families, but that we're feeding families across the nation. Michigan agriculture, not just important to Michigan, but to our country. As a family that I think we find connection to our food really important, although not being farmers ourselves. We're the family who has a CSA. We buy a side of beef from the farmer. We buy our hog from direct from a farmer. This connection of Michigan producers to McDonald's hits a chord with my family. So I want to thank the folks at McDonald's, the owner operators, and everybody for really buying Michigan products and putting it in your food. Because not only does that make it more satisfying for me as a customer, but you're doing great things by Michigan producers, and we appreciate it. So just want to thank everybody, MDARD, for all the work that you've been putting in on expanding these type of businesses, and I know you're working to do more in that aspect, for inviting me here, and glad to have seen the operation.
And good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mike Rodewall. I'm an owner-operator here in Michigan, and I've got the opportunity to just bid one final thank you and farewell to everybody. So on behalf of the nearly 70 owner-operators, almost 500 restaurants and 25,000 restaurant team members. I just want to extend a heartfelt thank you to everybody who attended today. We're at McDonald's. We're always just so proud to highlight the relationships and the amazing work that our Michigan growers and farmers put into this. We saw it firsthand today. It's an incredible amount of work that results ultimately in the highest possible quality, freshest ingredients, and it's incredible. So, as a small business owner, all of us franchisees, it's an incredible point of pride for us to partner with agencies like that. Special thank you, obviously, to Jay Janicki and his team, and the entire Mr. Chips team for hosting us today and showing us firsthand really what a true farm-to-table partnership looks like. These guys are the best in the business, and they showed it to us today. Thank you again, Jay, for hosting us. And thank you all thank you to all of our partners across Michigan agriculture, our farmers, our processors, MDARD, the Ag and Vegetable Councils, our state and local lawmakers. I know I've seen so many of you today, Rep. Nyer. I know I saw Rep. Alexander from the House Ag Committee around here somewhere as well. So none of this is possible without your continued partnership and collaboration. So thank you all. With that, I think the fun part, I would just like to extend an opportunity for everybody who took the mic today to come up for one final quick photo shoot before we try some of Mr. Chip's finest over here with our chicken sandwiches. Thank you all.